Well, Monday is upon us, a new week, and of course, we are poised to bring you nothing but the best. I'm Noella Karanyali with the latest in the news. And barely 3 weeks after the Gbenyiri conflict, helpless region survivors, Olam Food Ingredients, Ghana Cashew, has donated 200 bags of rice and 78 boxes of tomato paste. Now, the support goes to returnees in 8 affected communities across the Savannah region. Among the beneficiaries are displaced families, widows, and traditional authorities.
Gbenyiri conflict has claimed dozens of lives, displaced many, and destroyed property. Communities are struggling with residents in dire need of support. The latest relief effort has brought timely help. In an interview with Joy News, General Manager of OFI Ghana Cashew, Raphael Yusuf Amankwa, said the company's intervention was driven by its long-standing partnership with cashew farmers, many of whom are victims of the conflict.
So today we are here with some bags of rice. We have brought almost 200 bags of rice and something tomatoes to support the displaced people within the community. So today, as we are here, you can see the people. What differentiates us from other donor support that come is that we have come and we are going direct to the communities to give to the people directly.
He explained that the company's 30-year partnership with farmers accounts for almost 40% of their cashew purchases.
OFI, Olam previously, today OFI have been operating in this area for almost 30 years now. We've been operating. We started with share through to cashew operations we are here. And this unfortunate incident that have happened in the last few weeks, I think we have seen it, we call it unfortunate, and being one of our major areas, because this area, the bollard solar tuna, accounts for almost 40% of our volumes that we buy.
Each beneficiary received a bag of rice and 4 tins of tomato paste. Some shared their sentiments.
Because of this, the fighting, our business is not this more this improving this thing again. Because of that, all this our people they are all brand.
So we are pleading the government and all the security national to come together and listen to us, so that all the people who run away will come back again.
They killed my husband, leaving 3 children with me. But I don't have anyone to help me take care of them, if not through organizations like OFI. All 3 children are schooling, but in my current condition, I don't have what it takes to fund their education.
The OFI team visited the Solarua and Kaubarua palaces. Both chiefs welcomed the gesture and urged the company to also support education efforts to discourage those fueling the conflict on social media. Isaac Nonya's report for Joy News.
Away from that, the Volta River Authority, VRA, has announced plans to convert the Akosombo hydroelectric dam into a massive power battery reserve as part of efforts to modernize Ghana's energy infrastructure. Now, the initiative, currently at feasibility study stage, is aimed at making Akosombo more viable in the face of a global transition from hydro to thermal and renewable energy generation. Brief in Parliament Energy Committee during a monitoring visit to the facility on Saturday, that's September 27, in Akosombo, VRA's acting chief executive officer, Engineer Edward Eko Obing Kenzo, explained that the project would enable the dam to store renewable energy for later use.
What we're also doing with our hydro resources, because it depends on nature, we don't want to deplete the hydro. So as we are transitioning to renewables, and because renewables are interruptible power, when you run the renewables during the daytime, in the evenings they are off. So what we want to use at Akosombo is as a battery, because when you use a normal battery for the renewable, the cost goes very, very high. So during the daytime, when the solars are running, We'll preserve the water in Akosombo, then in the evening we'll bring the Akosombo on board. So now it acts as a battery and save the country. And when we're able to do that once, we can do it for the whole West Africa pool because we have a huge water resources. So at least we always have a maximum amount of water to support generation and also to levelize the price, as I said last time. So it's a study we are carrying out.
Well, that's not all, because Engineer Obeng Kenzo also assured the committee that Ghana's key hydro facilities are in good condition, as he says both the Akosombo and Akuse dams have undergone retrofitting and rigorous international assessment to ensure their long-term viability.
We'll carry out 5 years dam assessment that experts from dam review board across the world. They come to assess the dam to advise us the integrity of the dam. They were here about 3 years ago. They'll come next 2 years to assess again and advise us. There are some recommendations they made we are carrying through, and I'm sure it's part of the expenditures you see in our budget to make sure the dam is safe for the next another. For now, per the work that we've done, we've extended the life of the dam for almost 40 years. Yes, that is what anticipate we've done. And then Akuse too the same, but Akuse the works are still also ongoing. Akuse we did a bit of retrofitting about 5 years ago to also extend the life for 30 more years. So at least we can say that our hydro facilities are ready to support the country in energy generation.
Away from Akosombo, let's take you to the Sisala West District, where the lack of teachers in the Upper West region is hampering effective teaching and learning. District Chief Executive Abudu Hussein Gbenyiri bemoaned the low teacher population, revealing that the school with the highest number of teachers from kindergarten to standard 9 can only boast of 12. Now, Mr. Gbenyiri made the remarks at Dakuma, where the Millennium Child Support Group, with technical and financial support from the ECOWAS Commission through the Regional Agency for Agriculture and Food, handed over a borehole to the Dakuma Basic School. Joy News Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Dakuma in the Sisala West District.
So we have very few teachers. That I'm even shy to mention the number. But if you dig deep, you will know the number.
Sisala West District Chief Executive Abudu Hussein Gbenyiri, however, is not shy mentioning the figures which he has lots of regrets for.
It is regrettable to mention that the highest school, or the school that is highly staffed in the entire Sisala West District, from KG to Basic 9, is a school that has a staff population of 12. This is regrettable.
As an immediate measure to fixing the challenge, he calls on stakeholders, particularly traditional rulers, opinion leaders, and parent-teacher association (PTA), to revive the spirit of voluntary teaching.
We have to go back to exploit the volunteerism system. You know, some years back, our brothers and sisters who completed senior high schools and are in their communities waiting for further education, they used to go to these schools to support. That it will be an immediate solution.
Abudu Hussein Gbenyiri appealed to the government and the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, to consider increasing the admission quota for the Tuma College of Education as a permanent measure to increase the population of teachers in the Sisala enclave.
I want to use this opportunity to call on the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission to consider increasing the quota system of our only teacher training college in the Sisala enclave. I'm referring to the Tumu College of Education. We must not be struggling or crying over inadequate staff or staffing in the Sisala enclave, whilst the teacher training college we have is being capped by the quota system. If we increase the quota system of Tumu College of Education, And also call on our brothers who complete senior high school to get enrolled with other support from the existing district assemblies in the Sisala enclave. I think we can make a headway with the staff situation in the Sisala West district.
On the provision of the borehole, Advocacy and Communications Officer for ECOWAS Commission, Francis Debiri, is hopeful that the borehole will strengthen education by reducing water-related burden, urging the people to take very good care of the facility.
We do hope that the facility will also contribute to improve sanitation and hygiene for school children, and also to reduce the daily burdens of water collection, especially for our sisters, I mean girls.
Reporting for Gbenyiri News, Rafik Salam, Dakuma, Sisala West District.
Well, from Dakuma, let's come back to Accra, where the deputy presidential spokesperson of the presidency, Shamima Muslim, has revealed that the Mahama's administration plans to establish 35 additional STEM senior high schools and 5 universities specializing in STEM fields nationwide. Now, this initiative, she says, seeks to boost Ghana's STEM education foundation. The deputy presidential spokesperson disclosed this during the Ghana Science Association's 34th Biennial Conference in Tamale.
The Ghana Science Association's Biennial Conference serves as Ghana's premier conference gathering for researchers, policymakers, and industry leaders to discuss and advance science, technology, and sustainable development. It was on the theme, Leveraging Innovative Science to Strengthen Public-Private Partnership for Sustainable Development in Ghana. Speaking at the conference, Deputy Presidential Spokesperson Shamima Muslim urged science teachers to practicalize science teaching instead of the theory-based that is being done in schools.
Expanding the very foundations of STEM education. In addition to the already established 10 STEM senior high schools, His Excellency has promised to build 35 more STEM schools and 5 STEM-focused universities. These institutions will nurture Ghana's scientists, engineers, and innovators for generations to come. Beyond these also, I will personally, and that is the Chief of Staff speaking, propose to the Ghana Science Association to lead in reimagining the teaching of science, to make science practical, to make science enjoyable.
The Honorary National Secretary of GSA, Dr. Francis Ade, commended government for the establishment of the Ghana National Research Fund to support research work.
I would like to add my voice and congratulate the current government in taking the bold step to establish the Ghana National Research Fund. Government won the applause of GSA, and we are hoping to see the full operationalization of the fund very soon. Being the largest association of scientists, engineers, mathematicians, and technologists, GSA could not have been more excited at the birth of the Ghana National Research Fund. Indeed, this fund will provide critical support to researchers to conduct high-quality research, create, design, and innovate technologies and systems that will drive the development in our dear nation, Ghana.
Well, still in Accra, the Apostolic Church Ghana celebrated 90 years of spreading the gospel. And founded in 1935 by pioneers like Pastor James Makion and Peter Newman Enim, the church has now has over 1,500 local congregations and international missions as well. President Apostle Dr. Aaron Armana says the anniversary calls for revival and renewed minds amongst members.
Established in 1935 by pioneers like Pastor James Makion and Pastor Peter Newman Enim, Today, the Apostolic Church Ghana has grown to become one of the country's most spiritually powerful and enduring Pentecostal movements, with over 1,500 local churches in Ghana and mission fields in several other countries. Speaking to the media on the side of the zonal celebration of Mamprobi, Adabraka, Kaneshie and Kwashiman areas, President of the Apostolic Church Ghana, Apostle Dr. Aaron Amina, indicated that the celebration calls for a revival and renewed mind in the church.
We have 4 areas coming together to celebrate. Our expectation is that Christians will understand that Christianity is about a changed life. Christianity is about a new life. Christianity is not just what we do in the church building, and when we go to our homes, when we go to our workplaces, we just do anything. With the number of people in Ghana who call themselves Christians, if we will live like Christians in our workplaces and our homes, Ghana will have no problem.
Speaking on the theme, The God That Answers by Fire, which is the theme for the 90th anniversary celebration, Vice President Apostle Efum Nyako had the message for the youth.
We want the youth of this church to start learning, to know the legacies that our fathers left, build upon them, so that one, the identity of this church will not be lost when we attain 100 years. We want the youth of this church to develop that virtue of patience, that virtue of commitment, that virtue of dedication. Today what we see is that when you give a youth, lift this, push this to that side, you must pay. So that commitment that our fathers had is no more.
18-member committee was set for the 90th anniversary zonal convention. Chairman for the committee is Pastor Enoch Atutonu, and he used the occasion to caution the youth on the use of social media.
Insulting adults, insulting people is not a way to go. You don't even generate interest of people to listen to you. The apostle told young Timothy that let no man despise your youth. People will despise you if you look down on your own or you place yourself below them. But as youth, if we place ourselves at a place where people will look up to us, they will have no other choice than to look up to us. And it is how we carry ourselves about and how we interact with people that will make people want to listen to us. So I want to advise that please and please, let's not be abusive in our when we get opportunity to be on radio, to be on TV, on social media, but we should speak politely and speak with decorum.
Well, let's do some business now. And economist Professor Patrick Isuming is urging government to implement targeted measures that ensure Ghana's ongoing economic recovery translates into tangible benefit for all sectors, particularly local businesses. This call follows a revelation by the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, that sales and consumer demand have dropped significantly since the start of the year, despite signs of economic rebound and a notable decline in inflation. Speaking to Joy Business, Professor Isuming emphasized the need for inclusive growth strategies to cushion struggling businesses and sustain long-term recovery.
You know, there's still some work to do in terms of how the structure of the economy and the fact that, you know, the sectors that are growing perhaps are not, are not sectors that are connected to local industry. So I think that's probably where we should be looking at, building more interconnectedness and the linkages to ensure that when we say services are growing, then we want to see local industry growing. If we say if construction is growing, you want to see local manufacturing growing. So, but if construction is growing, for instance, and most of the items are imported, then it will have very little bearing on domestic manufacturing sector. So I think it's really building stronger connections within the economy. And then also, again, the economy is recovering. There's no doubt about that. But I think we need to be intentional about where the recovery is coming from. The domestic production and also making sure that the sectors that have a lot of Ghanaian participation are also growing, and they are seeing the benefit of the growth.
Away from that, the Chief Executive Officer of Ghana's leading human resource consultancy, Lane Services Limited, Dr. Ellen Hagen, is calling for the responsible and ethical use of artificial intelligence in the country, especially the educational sector. Speaking to Joy Business during the 10th anniversary float of Legacy Girls College, Dr. Hagen said, while AI presents vast opportunities for efficiency and innovation, there's a need for clear structures to guide its use to avoid abuse and job displacement.
Of activities marking the 10 years of providing quality education to girls, the school organized a 10th anniversary float from the Accra Mall to 37 Military Hospital and back to Accra Mall, where students, teachers, and some parents fraternized, creating a memorable impression on the minds of the students and the general public.
The artificial intelligence is a tool. If you don't use the skills wisely, it can be negative and it can be positive. So we are teaching our girls to use those tools positively, to give the prompts, and the usage should be such that it is grounded in the values that we have taught them, so that the impact will be felt now. We can't thank God enough for what He's doing with our girls. You know, we are teaching them those soft skills. The robots are here, and we want to make sure that they are able to do what the robots cannot do.
On her part, the head of school, Grace Yaba Eziye, called on parents who want quality education compared to other developed countries to enroll their wards to Legacy Girls College.
This is the school of the future for girls in this country. We will put them on the world platform. Enroll your girls with us and you will not regret it. We will take them places.
The 10th year anniversary is under the theme, A Decade of Intentional Leadership, Empowering the Next Generation of Women.
And that's it for the business updates. We've got sports coming right up. I'm Noella Karen Yali. Stay tuned in.